To Monday's content on FIFA. Pretty much writes itself. We have Rabiot with a super loan version, 83.86 for him, prime electrum and small prime mixed players pack. Team of the week and a Juventus player, so that's obviously if you've Juventus players will continue to rise up a little bit because you need one in Alexandro, so it's basically the same routes basically. Obviously it's 5-star weak foot on top of his abysmal 3-star skills, centre mid, left mid. Like left mid's pointless in my case, like, and maybe in a lot of people's cases, like why not centre mid, CDM, cam, that would be perfect. But it is what it is, I'm afraid. And the Super Loan is an 84 rated squad, like why? Like that's just overkill. Like yes, you've got 2 weeks to do it, but you're never going to give up a Juventus player, a France player and an 84 rated squad for that. Like why? No, I have to scroll it down. See, game's been on one. And then Pedro came as well. I love how they just say FUT birthday player. They can't even just put in whatever, like the actual name of the player. But Pedro is Serie A 86. He is 5'5". So can play left wing, left mid, centre forward, right wing. If you added right mid to it as well, you'd probably be laughing. Just don't, like, it doesn't scream like physically. He's never a great card. He's one of these players that you literally, he's like, he needs to be like massively juiced, like say 95, 96 rated. That's what he would literally have to be, like 95, 96 rated with some super juice stats. Make him actually usable, sadly. But that's the way it goes. In terms of upgrades, we have the 80 plus triple once I get to it, which is 10 rares. Absolutely depressing. Commons is what a lot of us all have in supply, so we're all gutted on that. Premium Electrum Players Pack has made a return till Friday. Now that I've worked this out, this is actually a very worthwhile grindable SBC. So I might actually probably rinse this out quite a fair bit, because it's just a lot of recycling into this, that's all it is. But yeah, that's something to factor in. Then obviously the FUT birthday daily login, just your usual 812 rare gold players. 85.5 is upon us again, 86 rate this time with team of the week required. Yeah, good luck with that. It's repeatable one time, so you might be putting everything back in anyway. Nothing else apart from obviously FUT 22 and a kit. For Ogi, it's Prime Electrum Players Pack on top of it. In terms of what you've got to give is a 75 rated squad around Dybala. So it's best way, just go Serie A, just for easy sakes, for chem and all that kind of stuff. Or just one league, as long as the players from one club does not exceed 5. Pretty straightforward, really, to be honest. Kit SBC, Sangavoni, exactly goals. So fair play that they've just made it 11 rare goals with one Italian, 3 leagues. Yes, as long as you make it. I love how they've made sure players from the same country region max 5, but player quality exactly goal. But yeah, so you basically just need to make sure it's 3 leagues, 1 Italian, 11 rares. That is all it is. Nice and straightforward. But who's going to do a kit SBC? Well, everyone usually does. But yeah, that's all we've got in terms of grinding. I've went through like objectives and all that kind of stuff. There's sadly nothing. Obviously today you get your 584, so that's not too shabby there. But yeah, it's a bit disappointing that like they've not just threw another set of squad foundation players in, for example, or whatever. After the event still remains like never. Like they've never done anything with it. But for me personally, Rabiot is a bit of a letdown only in his positions. Like stats wise, he looks a really good card, some parts his defending lets him down, and that's where you probably want to put the shadow on him to boost him out. Like, he's not going to bring you goals all the time, despite having good shot power, but it's the finishing that lets you down. Dribbling depends if you want to boost the balance a little bit, and agility and composure. Like, yeah, it's like the dribbling's what he needs to work on, but as well. So there's pros and cons in this card, but it's like anything. It's like when you realise he's got a stories card, and it's not much more of an upgrade, or even his inform. Like either his inform or his stories, it's not much of an upgrade. Like the only thing that you're seeing deep down on this card is the like his 5-star skill moves. So yeah, you've got to kind of factor that in really. Like for 150k, is it worth? Like in essence, just kind of like cosmetic jumps. It's nothing major that would scream like worth it for 150k. Like when he's in form, is basically 18 for the same kind of card. The stories is 26. This is 150k. Like you can't justify it. Like this is when you just can't. Like people would wholeheartedly say, "Oh, but it's got the 5-star weak foot. It's got this." Like really, like you're justifying 100. Like I just can't justify 150k for this. When if at this stage of the game when you can get basically the story, as I said, the story's in inform, and people like I packed Rabiot, like it's inform, like so. Yeah, it's like they've kind of priced this wrong. Sadly, that's what goes against this card, and it falls back on that 84 rated squad. It's like how Sandro's 82, 85, 86. It's kind of the same kind of problem. It's like it's just a little too steep. Like, if I'm brutally honest, what would this really be that would make it like worth it? Like 83, 84 maybe. Like it's not like a card that should be overly expensive, but at the same time it shouldn't be too cheap, and like for 150k I just can't really justify it, because I did kind of ponder them because I'd heard like the whispers that like when it was Sandro and Rabiot I was like, oh maybe, but now that I've seen this card, I don't really see me doing them. Like yes, he's a perfect link to like a strong link for Alexandro, and he's a link up for Mbappe, but he's not necessarily fit my team. But anyways, that's the way it goes, folks. Let me know, folks, if you're going to do Rabiot, if you're going to do Pedro, or if you're going to do your upgrades. Like, let me know what you're getting them. Smash likes always, folks. Sub to down if you're new, and I will catch you all later.